Hello students, welcome back to our video. So in the last video we discussed one example for how to prepare the columnar purchase book, columnar sales book, purchase return book and the sales return book for the types of goods. If business is producing or is engaged in for the purchase and sale of more than one type of goods, then columnar purchase book, sales book, purchase return book and the sales return book is prepared. Now let's see one example of how to prepare the columnar columnar purchase book, sales book, purchase return book and sales return book on goods and expenses. So let's start with an illustration 9. Question number says that prepare different subsidiary books for books inclusive of columns of expense of Sri Asha Traders of Gandhinagar from the following transactions. Prepare subsidiary book by applying total GST rate of 18%. GST is not included for the following transactions. Add applicable amount of GST and prepare the subsidiary books. So in this question you have to prepare the columnar purchase book, sales book, columnar purchase return book and the columnar sales book according to the goods and expenses, and you guys also have to calculate the GST rate. So let's start with the question. So these are the transactions made in the year of 2015 and in the month of April. So first transaction says that goods purchased of rupees 10,000 at 10% trade discount from Juveria Corporations. Railway freight is of rupees 500 and invoice number 21 is given. So here, first of all, you have to prepare all the formats. Format of purchase book, format of columnar purchase book, format of columnar sales book, format of columnar purchase return book and the format of columnar sales return book according to the goods and expenses. Like this, you have to prepare it like this. First would be the date, then name of the supplier, invoice number, LF number, net amount of goods, railway freight, then labor, then intrastate supply. That includes two types of taxes, that is CGST and SGST, and the interstate supply IGST and the total amount. You have to prepare according to the books. Purchase book will have the total, name would be the different. In purchase book, name of supplier is used, whereas in sales book, name of customer is used. So prepare all the formats first of all. Then in the first transaction we saw that goods were purchased. Correct? Goods were purchased from Juveria Corporations and railway freight was also included. So that entry will go in the purchase book because goods is purchased on credit. So first of all, write the year 2015, April 1st. Name of the supplier, goods is purchased from the Juveria. So name of the supplier is Juveria. So you have to write the Juveria's account. Then invoice number is also provided, that is 21. You have to put dash in the LF number. Then net amount of goods. If you minus trade discount out of the total amount of goods, then you will get net amount. Here total cost of goods is 10,000 and 10% trade discount is provided. So calculate 10,000 into 10 divided by 100, you will get 1,000. So if you minus 1,000 out of 10,000, you will get 9,000. That amount will be written in the net amount of goods column. Then railway freight is also given, that is 500. Labor is not paid, that's why you have to put the dash. Then now GST rate. GST rate is 18%. Correct? So for intrastate supply means goods which is purchased or sold from within the state, that is known as intrastate supply. For the intrastate supply, two types of taxes are paid, that is CGST and the SGST. So CGST and SGST is both 50-50%. So first of all, you have to divide the 18% divided by 2. That would be the 6%, 6% of CGST and 6% of SGST. So calculate 9,000. You have to calculate on the amount of 9,000. So if you calculate 6% of 9,000, you will get whatever amount you will get, that amount you have to minus from the 9,000. Then you will get 855. That amount will be written in both the column for CGST as well as for the SGST. Both the amount will be same, always be same. So 855 in CGST column and 855 in SGST column. You have to put dash in the IGST, then you have to total it. Total amount, that would be 11,210. Now let's see the second transaction. That is, goods purchased of rupees 15,000 from Mansi of Pune, that is Maharashtra. Railway freight is 400, labor is 200, invoice number is 40 provided. So here goods is purchased from Mansi of Pune, Maharashtra. So first of all, this entry will be recorded in the purchase book. So write 5th, date would be the 5th, Mansi's account in the name of the supplier. Then invoice number is 40. You have to put dash in the LF number. The net amount of goods here. Trade discount is not given, so you have to write the directly amount, that would be the 15,000. 400 is given for the railway freight and 200 is paid for the labor. Now for the GST rate, goods is purchased from Pune, Maharashtra, so it is considered as out of state. So for out of state, IGST tax is paid, interstate supply, because goods is purchased from outside the state, that's why IGST would pay. So IGST is the full amount, full percentage of GST. So you have to calculate 18% of 15,000. 18% of 15,000, you will get 2,808. That amount you guys have to write it in the IGST column. Then again you have to total it. Okay. Now let's move to the third transaction, that is made on 10th April. Goods sold of rupees 12,000 at 10% trade discount to Salvi Corporations of Bhopal, that is Madhya Pradesh. Labor of rupees 300 and railway freight of rupees 800. Invoice number 60 is given. So here sales of goods has taken place. So this entry will be recorded in the sales book here. So in the name of the customer, goods is sold to Salvi Corporation. Salvi Corporation is the customer. So you have to write the Salvi Corporation's account. Then outward invoice number is also provided, that is 60, because it is sales of goods has taken place, that's why outward invoice number. Then net amount of goods. Again you have to minus the trade discount after. So calculate 12,000 into 10 divided by 100, you will get 1,200. If you minus 1,200 out of 12,000, you will get the 10,800. That amount will be written for in the net amount of goods. Then 800 is provided for the railway freight and 300 for the labor. Now goods is sold to Salvi Corporations of Bhopal, that is Madhya Pradesh. So it is also considered sales of goods outside the state. Outside the state. That's why again IGST would be paid, because it is the interstate supply. So calculate 18% of 10,800. You will get 2,142. That amount you will be writing in the IGST column. Then total it. That would be 14,042. Then the next transaction is the entire goods which was purchased from Mansi is sold to Karan by adding 20% on cost price. Railway freight of rupees 600, label of rupees 200, credit period 1 month and invoice number 70 is provided. So goods now is sold to Karan. The goods which were purchased from Mansi, now it is sold to Karan. So it would be recorded in the sales book. So Karan's account, Karan is our customer. So Karan's account, outward invoice number is also given, that is 70. Then now for the amount. Business purchased goods of worth rupees 15,000 from Mansi. So out of that, whole amount of goods is now sold to Karan, but adding 20% of cost price. So you have to add, now you have to first calculate 15,000 into 20 divided by 100. You will get whatever amount you will get, that amount will be added, not subtracted, because 20% is added, correct? So that would be amount will be added in 15,000. Whatever amount you will get, that amount will be written in the net amount of goods, that would become the 18,000. Okay, then railway freight is also provided, that is 600 and 200 for the laborer. Now it is the sale of goods is done within the state, that's why CGST and output CGST and output SGST would be paid. So calculate 6%, because it is 50-50%. So calculate 6% of 18,000. You will get 1,692. That amount will also be written for this SGST column, because it is 50-50%. So the amount would be the same for the both the column. Then again you have to total it at the last. Then the next is 50% of goods is returned by Karan. The proportionate amount of GST, railway freight and labor is adjusted. Credit note number 5. Then this goods is immediately returned back to the Mansi. The proportionate amount of GST, railway freight and labor charges are also adjusted. Debit note number 8. So for this transaction, 2 entries will be passed in 2 different books. So first of all, 50% of goods is returned by Karan. Karan was our customer. Business sold goods to Karan, but now 50% of goods is returned by Karan. So it would be the sales return. So you have to record it in the sales return book. So name of the customer is Karan's account. Then credit note number is also given here, that is 5. Then it is said that railway freight, GST, labor is all adjusted, and only 50% of goods is returned by Karan. So the total goods which sold to Karan was for rupees 18,000. So calculate 18,000 into 50 divided by 100. So 50%, if whatever amount you will get, that worth of goods is returned by the Karan, that is 9,000. 50% means 9,000. And the railway freight was 600. So again you have to half the amount. That would become the 300. 50% of 600, that would become the 300, and 50% of 200, that would become the 100. Okay. Then Karan was our customer from within the state. That's why CGST and SGST would be paid. So again, calculate. We have to again calculate 50% of 1,692. You will get the 846. That would be written for the CGST and the SGST, and total it. That would become 11,992. Whenever it is said that only 50% is returned back, and like railway freight is adjusted according to that, then you have to calculate 50% of that amount. Whenever in the above transactions, always there would be the full amount given. So that you have to calculate the 50% on that amount. That amount will be written by the sales return. Okay. Then again, second would be these goods immediately returned back to the Mansi. So Mansi was our supplier. Mansi business purchased goods from Mansi. So business is also returning that goods to Mansi. So that would become the purchase return book. So here you have to write the Mansi's account in the purchase return book. Then debit note number is also provided, that is 8. So again the 50%. Okay. So Mansi's total good was 50,000. So and the total goods returned by the Karan was 9,000. So if you minus 9,000 out of Mansi's total goods, you will get the 7,500. That amount will be written for the net amount of goods. Then minus 300, here 300 minus 400, that would become 200. It is 500. Okay, so the amount would become 200 and 100 for the labor. Okay, because it is adjusted according to the 50%. So you have to calculate 50% of the this amount, 300 and 100. Okay, this is how you have to calculate. 90% on 9,000 you have to calculate 50% of 9,000, 50% of 300 and 50% of 100. That amount will be recorded in the Mansi's account. Then again you have to total it at the end. Yes, don't forget to write the IGST, because Mansi was our supplier from outside the state. That's why IGST would be paid. So here 200, here is provided 2,808. So if you 50%, if you calculate 50%, multiply by 50 divided into 100, then you will get 1,404. That amount will be written in the IGST column. Then again you have to total it. That would become 9,204. Then the next transaction is goods of rupees 10,000 sold to Maruf. Then labor rupees 100, railway freight rupees 100, and invoice number is 75 given. So Maruf is, so goods is sold to Maruf. So this entry will be recorded in the sales book. So like this, you all know how to record it now. Maruf's account, then outward invoice number is also given. Trade discount is not provided, that's why the amount would be the same. That would be the 10,000. Then 100 for the railway freight and 100 for the laborer. And as it is not mentioned whether it is done from our which place, then you have to consider it would be the intra-state supply done within the state. So you have to provide the CGST and IGST. Calculate it 6% of 10,000, you will get 918. That amount will be written in both the column, and again total it at the end. Okay, now let's move to the next. Furniture of rupees 10,000 is purchased from Jai and invoice is received. You all know that purchase or sale of any asset is never ever recorded in the purchase book, sales book, purchase return book and the sales return book. So there would be no entry passed for this transaction. Then the next is 50% of goods is written by Selvi Corporations. The proportionate amount of GST is adjusted. Labor is of rupees 150 and railway freight of rupees 400 is credited to his account. Credit note number 6 is given. So I want you guys to try this transaction by your own, because we have discussed above. It is same as 17.1, but here in this transaction labor and railway freight is already provided, so you don't have to do the 50% of labor and 50% of railway. You have to write this amount only, 150 and 400. Okay, now let's move to the next transaction, that is goods of rupees 10,000 is purchased from Nivdanjal on cash. So again no entry will be passed for this transaction, as cash purchase or cash sale of goods is not passed in the books of purchase book, sales book, purchase return book and the sales return book. And the last transaction is goods of rupees 11,000 is sold to Rutu on cash at 5% cash discount. Again no entry will be passed for this transaction because goods is sold on cash. That's why cash sales and cash purchase is not recorded in the purchase book and the sales book. So now we are done with the purchase book and the sales book. So now we are going to stop here. In the next video we would be discussing about the bills receivable book. And if you have any questions or any doubts, please feel free to comment below the video. Thank you.